Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good day. I want to tell you a little story that happened to me when I was just a kid. I was probably around 10 or 11 years old, and my family lived out in the country on land that my great-grandfather had given to my mother. And my daddy built a house there. But right next door, he also built another little house, and they rented it out to people. Well, around the time, like I said, 10 or 11, they rented it to a widow lady and her son was around 18 years old. And it's not like I played with this son. I didn't. We knew him. The lady was nice as she could be. The son was kind of strange. But one day, I was outside playing, and he stepped out his back door and he called me over to his house. And I went over there. There was no reason why I shouldn't go over there. I see these people every day. I was used to them. I was familiar with them. They were friends, weren't they? So he told me to come in the house, and I did. I wasn't afraid. I didn't know enough to be afraid. And he took me in the living room and he showed me this little yellow duck that he got. It was his little pet. And he also had a cage there with a parakeet in it. But he kept the little duck in a box. He just loved that little duck. Well, so he looked at me and he said, "I want you to take off all your clothes, and then I'll take off mine." And I said, "Well, okay, you first." So he dropped his pants all the way down to his ankles, and I ran like hell out that door, and I ran home. And I never told my parents about it, never did. But a few days later, this woman and her son went shopping, and I went over to his house. And back then, we didn't keep our doors locked. We just didn't. We were out in the country, and the world wasn't as scary as it is now. And so they always left their doors open. So I went into the back door, and I found that little duck. And I picked up that duck, and I took this woman's red lipstick, and I marked that duck from head to toe with red marks. And then I put that duck in the parakeet cage with the parakeet, and I went home. Well, when they came home and they found that duck, that woman came storming over to the house, yelling and carrying on, raising all kinds of hell. Well, they knew who did it. I didn't deny it either. I mean, I just didn't. My mother told me, "You go outside and you get a switch off a tree, and it better not be a little switch either." And I did. And she whipped me and whipped me. I mean, it was the biggest whooping I ever got in my life. But I never told her why I did it. I never told her. Never told anyone except y'all right now. I've never told this story before in my life. Well, I guess the point of it is, sometimes we're justified in the things we do. That little duck survived. The parakeet survived. That lipstick wore off that little duck. And he was fine. But I'm going to tell you right now, that's the most satisfying whooping I ever had in my life. I did what I thought I had to do. Sometimes Sometimes we've got to do what we need to do in situations. Now, I should have told her, I guess, but I didn't. And it wasn't long after that, and they moved away. I never had to see that old ugly guy again. In life, we have to sometimes make our own choices, even if they're not very good ones. But I was justified. And that guy should have got a whole lot more than just a free rein to go on about his business. I often wondered if he ever thought of that, what he had done. Oh well, I can't worry about that. I hope y'all all have a good day. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.